Muhammad.
My name is Muhammad. Very good. So that is ism. How would we say what is your name?
Ma ismuka.
Ma ismuka or masmuka. Ism is name. So I would say ismi Taqib means my name is Taqib. Ismi Muhammad. My name is Muhammad. If I speak about your name, I would not use the e pronoun. I would use the ka pronoun. So I would say ma ismuka. Ma is what? Ismuka is your name. What is your name? Who's going to give me a sentence with be? Well, we have also been seeing be in a lot of cases. Give me a sentence with be. Hazik, you seem to be on mute for a long time. Or Zahan, give me a sentence with be. I'm waiting for you guys. So no point going
Hello,
ahead
Sahabya.
without getting the point. Yes.
Hello, Sahabya. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sahabya, our internet is like very fluctuating, not working. So
Okay.
it's a little. We're trying to join, but Sadia is also getting out.
Okay. Go around the house,
So
make
we will be
everyone
joining back.
turn off their Wi-Fi and keep the phones with you.
Okay.
Don't allow anyone else to use the Wi-Fi. Okay. Now someone else has to give me a sentence with be, and only then we go ahead. Or
Auzo
B
billahi.
means with, right?
yes, be is with. With is the more common meaning of be.
Auzo billahi.
A'udhu billahi. I seek refuge is a'udhu. A'udhu is I. Just like adhabu is I go. Akra'u is I read or I recite. Aktubu is I write. So a'udhu is I seek refuge. Billahi is with Allah or in Allah. So I seek refuge in Allah. Fi would most likely be in something. So if I say in the house or in the room, I would use fi, but fi is mostly with. So you study with a university. So I would say adrusu bil jamiati as I study with a university. So I'm not studying inside, like sitting inside something called university, but I study with a university. A'udhu billahi is I seek refuge with Allah. So that is a sentence with be. So be ismi is with or in the name of Allah. What is the plural of ism? Ism is one name. What's the plural of ism? What is many ism called? Yes, take a guess. Hazik, Mama, Zahan, Nahid auntie, what is plural of ism? Plural of ism is asma. So if we say about Asma'ul Husna, it is the best names. Husna is the best. Okay. So Asma'ul Husna means the best names, or we refer to Allah's best names. So Allah's best names would be Asma'ul Husna. So that's where you search for Asma'ul Husna, you'd see the 99 names of Allah and the best names that you possibly can have. So be ismi, Allah, He is in the name of Allah. Now, what are the grammar rules here? What are the grammar rules in be ismi? And what's the grammar rule in Allahi? Why is it not Allahu? Why is it Allahi?
Because of B.
Yes, so B will change anything after it to kasra. So ideally, I would say ma ismu. Okay, ideally it would be ismu or ismun. But here I have B. So B would make ismu into ismu. So I have B ismi. Now why Allahi? Why not Allahu? It should ideally be Allahu in a normal case. Why Allahi?
Is it the off construction?
It is off because it is ismi. It is not ismin. It is not al ismi. It is ismi Allahi. It is the off construction. So be ismi Allahi. There's an off in between. So ismi Allahi means name of Allah. Be ismi Allahi. So we have the be rule where it's going to change the word after it to kasra. We have the off rule, which is also going to make the word after the off to kasra. So that's why it's ismi, no al, no tanween, no double kasra, and it is Allahi. It is a kasra form after all. Be ismi Allahi is in the name of Allah. And then we have Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi. Now, why is it Ar-Rahmani and why is it not Ar-Rahmanu? What's the grammar rule here?
It's adjective pattern.
It is adjective. So, Allahi is in the kasra form. It is definite. So, it is Allahi. Allah is definite. Allahi. This is an adjective to Allah. Like, I would say as-sayyaratu al-jadidatu. As-sayyaratu would be the car. Al-jadidatu, and I know Zahan loves cars. As-sayyaratu al-jadidatu. Notice, both of them have al. As-sayyaratu al-jadidatu. Both of them are feminine. Both of them have a ta marbuta at the end. As-sayyaratu al-jadidu, both of them are singular. Okay, that's how you use an adjective. So where we say Allahi, Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahmani is an adjective of Allah. It is describing Allah. It is adding more information about Allah. So Bismillahi, Ar-Rahmani means Allah, the most gracious. This is an adjective to Allah. So we have Ar-Rahmani. Who can give me another adjective of the same pattern? What's another adjective with the same pattern? And I'll give you a clue. The adjectives that we have seen are hungry, thirsty, angry. They are of this pattern. They have the ani pattern. Okay. Who can remember what do we say for hungry? I am hungry. How do I say I am hungry? How do I say it?
Ana jawanu.
Ana jawanu. Very good. So jawanu is hungry. So who is hungry? Are you hungry, Zahan or Adnan? If you were hungry, you would say Ana jawan. Okay. If you were angry, like Adnan is the angry boy. We have a quiz soon. I'm not going to teach you just like that. So we have a quick quiz. If Adnan doesn't do well in the quiz, he'll get angry at everyone around him. So he'll get angry at Sadia. So he'd say, Ana ghadban. Ghadban is another adjective of the same pattern. So we have Ar-Rahman, the an pattern. Ghadban means angry. And it's not just normal angry, it's bursting with anger. It's like super, super angry. Like I'm going to beat you up kind of angry. Okay. So Ar-Rahman has a lot of intensity. Be ismi, Allahi, Ar-Rahmani. It's an adjective with a lot of intensity. And what does it mean? Rahima means merciful. Okay. And Ar-Rahman means the most merciful or the most gracious is what you would say. So Bismillahi Ar-Rahmani means the most merciful. So it is full. It's like bubbling with mercy. That's what Ar-Rahman means. And the other words that we have seen, let me show it to you.
Lee.
Sorry, Adnan. So this is what we have seen. So let's see who can see the screen and tell, how would you say I am thirsty? Okay, this has moved to the side. Let me come here. Okay, so Ana Jawan means I'm hungry. I'm super hungry. I'm going to grab something to eat. How would I say I'm thirsty?
Ana atarsan.
Ana Atshanu. Ana Atshanu would be I am thirsty. Ana Atshanu would be I am thirsty. Okay. So Jawan, the same an pattern, And we have I am thirsty, which is Anna Athshan. I am thirsty. I need something really to drink. I'm super thirsty. I'm super drained out. I'm super dry. I need something badly to drink. That is Anna Achan. And Adnan, who will soon be after the quiz, would be Ghadban. And in fact, Adnan, while I was looking this up, Adnan also follows this pattern. So Adnan also follows the same Atshan, Jawan, Ghadban pattern. So we have Adnan. It's derived from Ain Dal Noon. It's derived from Adan. So Adnan the name follows this same pattern. Adnan has a bad connection, so let us move on. So we have seen Rahman, or Rahman means the most merciful. It's bubbling with mercy, that's what it means. And it's an adjective, that's why we have Ar-Rahmani. It's not Ar-Rahmanu, because it is an adjective of Allahi. So that's why it is Ar-Rahmani. Extremely caring, intensely merciful is what it means. Now we have Ar-Rahimi. It means the most merciful. This pattern, Ar-Rahimi, is used to denote something that is continuous, that is always existing. For example, Jameel means beautiful, but it means beauty that will continue to exist. It means always beautiful. If I say Kareem, it means good mannered and always good mannered. These adjectives of this pattern, Ar-Rahman is very intensely merciful. Ar-Rahim is also derived from Rahima, but it means continuously merciful. So always continuing to have mercy. It's not that if you do something wrong, Allah's mercy will go down. No, He continues to always be merciful. So that's why if you ask for tawbah, if you ask for forgiveness, no matter how big the mistake is, mostly with sincere intention and from the heart, your repentance will mostly be accepted. So that's why we have Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi. Ar-Rahimi is continuously merciful. Now we have intensity, which is the most merciful, and we have continuously merciful. In effect, this multiplies the effect. So it's like 100 into 100. What's 100 into 100? It's not 1000, it is 10,000. So it's like that, where you have intensity combined with continuity. So it's actually intensely and continuously merciful is what together these adjectives mean. So Bismillahi, Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi. It means in the name of Allah. They have the of construction, the most gracious or the most merciful, and the continuously merciful. The most gracious, the most merciful is what this means. When do we say this? We say this at the start of anything. So we start a class today, we would say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We are starting in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. If you are starting studies, Sadia has exams, Adnan has exams, Hazik is preparing for JEE, everyone is doing something. Everyone is doing something or the other. We are going to eat. What do we say? We say Bismillah, we say Bismillahi wala barakatullah. So we start in the name of Allah. Okay, so there's a Bismillah always involved. So no matter what you are doing, you could study, you could eat, you could go out, you could see the phone, you could serve something on your laptop. Start with Bismillah. You're starting in the name of Allah. So whatever you do, for the good that you do, you are rewarded for it. So one habit we should inculcate is before doing anything, say Bismillah, start everything in the name of Allah. Now, moving to Surah Al-Fatiha, we have Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now, we move to Surah Al-Fatiha, which is the first surah of the Quran. And it is so important that we begin every salah with Surah Al-Fatiha. For every rakat, we have the starting as being Surah Al-Fatiha. So it's the starting to salah, it's starting to a lot of other things. What does it mean? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. The first word is Alhamdu. Who can tell me what's the meaning of Alhamdu?
All praise and thanks.
All praise and thanks. And someone wants to explain the meaning a little more. What more does it signify? So alhamdu is definite. It's not hamdum, it is alhamdu. It is like, it's not talibun, it's not any student, but it is at-talibu. It is the student. It is one particular student. It is alhamdu, the hamd. Okay, so it's the hamd means something specific and something different. So the hamd, the particular hamd, is the first word. So it is alhamdu. It means praise and thanks. And what more does it mean? It means praise. Okay, so give me an example of something that you praise. Any of you guys, except Rahil Aunty. Rahil Aunty is answering a lot of questions. What do you praise? What do you appreciate? Give me an example of something. So you might praise, however, you might praise Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is a very good player. In the past, he's been playing very well. Okay, so he's a very good player. So it's someone that you could praise. That is an example of praise. Give me another example where you praise someone. You say that someone is very good. Someone has done something which is very nice. Give me an example of praising someone. Hazik, Rahmat, Sadia, any of you guys? Shazia. Example of praising someone. I'll wait till you guys have something, because otherwise there's no point joining a live class. I could send you a recording. Okay. So give me an example of praising someone. Something is very good. Something is exceptional, exceptionally beautiful, exceptionally awesome, and you praise it. Say that this is brilliant. Give me such an example. Come on, guys, quickly. It's okay if you make a mistake. Give me an example. Yes, Shazia.
Like we can say that the Eiffel Tower is really beautiful.
Sorry, Shazia, come again.
We can say that the Eiffel Tower is really beautiful.
The Eiffel Tower is really beautiful. The Eiffel Tower was a marvel for the time that it was constructed. So it was constructed, say, before the World War. It was constructed with a lot of steel, and it was a very stable structure. Okay? So much so that during the World War, they used it as a radio tower. It was like a miracle. It was a marvel for its time, and they were intercepting all of the German signals, because Paris is pretty close to Germany. So they were catching all of the German signals, and they were able to decipher that Hitler was going to attack them. For its time, it was a marvel. It was, say, a great piece of architecture and engineering. So that's what the Eiffel Tower was. So you could marvel at the Eiffel Tower. Even still today, Eiffel Tower is beautiful. And you could say Eiffel Tower is something worthy of praise. Now, next question is, would you thank the Eiffel Tower? Would you say, thank you, Eiffel Tower, because you've done incredible good to me. Like, you've turned around my life. Would you thank the Eiffel Tower?
No.
You would not thank the Eiffel Tower. Would you thank, someone who comes and delivers stuff to you? Would you thank your parents?
Yeah.
You would thank your parents, but would you praise everyone whom you thank? You might thank a delivery person, you might thank a shopkeeper. That is where you thank, but not necessarily you will praise them. Is a word that is difficult to translate, because it is both praise and thanks together. So you don't typically do praising and thanking together. You have someone who does something exceptionally well, so you praise them. You say that this is beautiful, this is exceptional, this is awesome. Or you have someone who's doing small things, whom you're thanking them for it. Hamd is both of them, and it is al-hamd. It is not hamdun, it is al-hamd. So it is all praise and thanks. So it is all of this together, this huge praise and this huge thanks together is al-hamd. that is alhamdu. It is all of praise and all of thanks. Now alhamdu lillahi, this is li plus Allahi. That's what this is. Alhamdu lillahi. Who remembers li? What does li stand for? And who remembers an example with li? Li, you can see here is 2 or 4. But who remembers an example with li? You've seen examples with li.
Liman Hamida, we said, no ma?
Liman is for whom? Liman al-qalamu would be to whom does the pen belong? I could say al-qalamu li hamid. Li means belonging. So I can say, and I have that in one of the other class notes, but I could say qalamu hamidin would be, what's the meaning of qalamu hamidin? What is qalamu hamidin?
Pen belongs to Hamid.
Pen belongs to Hamid.
Pen belongs to Hamid, or the pen of Hamid. I could also say al-qalamu li hamidin.
The pen is for Hamid.
The pen is for Hamid or belongs to Hamid? Or belongs to Hamid? The way we would say it in English, we would say belongs to Hamid. And what li means is typically to, most cases for. Al-qalamu li hamidin is the pen belongs to Hamid. When we say alhamdu lillahi, it means alhamd, the praise and thanks belongs to Allah. Lillahi. Li would change the word after it to kasra. So that's why I have al-qalamu li hamidin. It's not hamidun, it is li hamidin. So that's why I have lillahi. Like B. So B ismi, li is similar. So we will have lillahi. Alhamdu lillahi. All praise and thanks belongs to Allah. Next we have Rabbi. Okay, Rabbi is master. Rabbi is Lord. Rabbi would be Lord. Lord is a better translation. Malik would be master, which would be the next line. Rabbi is the Lord. Now, who can tell me why it is Rabbi? Why it's not Rabbu? Or why it's not Ar-Rabbu? Why is it Rabbi in specific?
My Lord. My
It
Lord.
would be Rabbi. That would be, yeah. It's not Rabbi. It is the Lord.
Yeah, yeah.
Why is it Rabbi? Why is not Rabbu or Ar-Rabbu? Typically, it should be Rabbu.
Lillahi.
Come again. I did not catch what you said.
Because of the lillahi.
Lillahi is Lillahi. Lillahi ends with Lillahi. Why is it affecting Rabbi?
Actually, Allahu, it should have been. Because of the li, it became he.
Right? Because of the li, Allahu became Allahi. But why is it affecting Rabbi? Why is it Rabbi and not Rabbu?
Because of the off pattern.
Off pattern? Lillahi Rabbi.
Satiba, because we are speaking in general, like we are not considering feminine or anything.
Okay. It could also be the off construction because it's following also the rule of off. But here it's the adjective. It's an adjective because I have Allahi. Rabbi is matching with the Allahi. Okay.
But should it not come in the end? It can come in between also.
It can come anywhere. The adjective can come anywhere. In fact, let us verify.
Okay.
Because it also follows the rule of off construction. Because Allahi, okay, Lillahi Rabbi al-Alameen. Okay. So Allahi is definite. I typically would not have Allahi in the off construction, but Rabbi follows the rule because it has a kasra. So let us go to corpus and verify. To me, this is an adjective. It follows all of the rule of adjective. I have Allahi and I have Rabbi. Okay, it should be Ar-Rabbi, but we will see The Alamin is making an Ar-Rabbi to Rabbi. How do we verify? We go to corpus, and corpus tells us what kind of word it is. We go to corpus.quran.com. I select the first surah, Surah Al-Fatiha. This is verse 2. So we have Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdu Lillahi Rabbi al-Alameen. Okay. So I have Rabbi. It says genitive masculine noun. This is a noun. Most cases it seems to be an adjective. Although it follows the off rule, it seems to be an adjective. It doesn't specify adjective, but it says it's a noun. Okay. So we'll take that it is an adjective. Rabbi matches Allahi. Allahi has kasra. Rabbi also has kasra. It should be Ar-Rabbi, typically. But we'll see after it, there's a reason for Ar-Rabbi becoming Rabbi. Allah is singular, Rabbi is also singular. It is one Rabb. Allahi Rabbi. Now we have Rabbi al-Alameen. We'll take Rabbi as an adjective for now. So it's matching with Allahi. And we have Alameen. The Ina ending. What do you remember about the Ina ending?
Plural, Safir.
Yes, it is plural. Masculine plural, feminine plural.
Masculine.
Masculine plural. What's the difference between Una and Ina? Al-Alamun and Al-Alameen. What's the difference between them?
The moon is singular.
No, Alamun is also plural.
Also plural. Oh, this is for both the men and male and female.
Yes, this is for both male and female. So the male case will be used also when you have female. So when you have male and female, you would use the masculine form. So let me pull that out. So we have Muslimun, which is plural Muslims, and we also have Muslimin. What's the difference between Muslimun and Muslimin? Muslimun and Muslimin. Muslimun is subject. Muslimun, if I'm speaking about Muslims, okay? Muslims live in this area. Muslimun is the subject. It's the thing or it's the people being talked about. So Muslimun is a subject. I would use Muslimun only where it's at the starting of the sentence, where it's a subject. But where it's the object, okay? So I have of the Muslims. This is the masjid of the Muslims. I spoke to the Muslims. I would always use Muslimin. That's Muslimin. Both are plural, but one is the subject, one is the object. Here, it is Muslimin. I have Rabbi al-Alameen. Rabbi, it's not Ar-Rabbi. It should typically be Ar-Rabbi, but it has become Rabbi. And al-Alameen. It's following the off rule. Because Rabbi doesn't have Tanween, doesn't have al. So it follows the rule. And al-Alameen is of the object form. I'd use this where it is after of or where it is the object of a verb. It's following the rule of of. So indeed we have an of here. So Rabbul Alameen. Rabb is an adjective. Al-Alameen. Alameen means worlds. There's an of. So Rabb of the worlds or Lord of the worlds. That's what it is. So Alam is world, is one world. Alameen is multiple worlds. Many words. So Alhamdulillahi Rabbi al-Alameen. Rabbi is adjective, al-Alameen follows the of construction. So Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen means the hum belongs to Allah, the Lord, this is adjective, of the worlds. This is following the of pattern. So all praise and thanks, all hum belongs to Allah, the Rabb of the worlds. That's what this ayah means. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Any questions here? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. A quick question is, the world runs, okay? So we have seen where we have coronavirus and things going helter-skelter, okay? So we have lockdowns, unlocks, Okay, so we have different phases, people getting disorganized, people getting organized, people debating, do we wear masks, do we not wear masks? Now, the world as we see it goes smoothly. Like, think of it. Every day you have a sunrise, every day you have a sunset. It rains at pretty decent intervals, so you have rains during monsoon, during this time of the year. In fact, in Hyderabad, where we have Shazia, there are a lot of rains, there are rains pouring. But things follow a pattern. There's day and night, there is sunrise and there's sunset. Things follow a pattern, and things are pretty organized. And this is all that for a reason. If things are not organized, you will see things going helter-skelter. It won't be as organized as things are right now. Like everything that you see, everything that is male, female, everything that is created in pairs, from every kind of being, it's there because someone has created it that way. Otherwise, it will not be so organized as things are right now. And if you see nature, and if you see the creation of Allah, they're pretty organized. Like you see plants grow, and it follows a cycle. So things die, things decay, it becomes a food for plants, and plants become the source of all food. So you see the whole cycle. You see the oxygen, carbon dioxide cycle. You see the growth and the whole nutrition cycle. It's all following a pattern. And you see something that's created by man, it's not necessarily balanced. For example, you create plastic. Plastic was something that was, say, a boom 10 years back, 5 years back. Everyone started using plastic. Plastic was cheap, but plastic wouldn't decay. Plastic wouldn't decompose. And now slowly we are going away from plastic. So things that people have created, things that man creates, doesn't follow this whole perfect cycle. And things created by Rabbul Alameen are perfect, are beautiful, are balanced, and are harmonious. Now, question is, how much have you observed from all of this beauty? And how many times have you said, Alhamdulillah, all praise be to Allah, just because things are so perfect? You get up in the morning, you have food on your table. It's not because you did farming, and it's not because you watered the plants. And animals have to do that. Animals have to wake up every day and go find food. For us, that's not the case. For us, we wake up in the morning and we have food on the table, which is a luxury. We are talking on Zoom. No other creation has this luxury. That you sit on Zoom and we all communicate and we share our learnings with each other. So how many times have you been awed by something that's been a privilege? That's something that not necessarily you earned it, but it's something that you've gotten it as a gift. And how many times have you said, Alhamdulillah? This is something I would encourage you to do. Next time you see something that inspires praise and thanks, take a moment to say, Alhamdulillah. Thank Allah, you get also the sawab for saying Alhamdulillah. This ayah is Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Belongs to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. And with these play of words, there's a lot of hidden meaning. Just the word would not convey, but we say Alhamd, which is all praise and all thanks, belongs to Allah, who is the Lord of the worlds. So all hamd and all praise and thanks, and we are in a world, all praise and thanks belongs to Allah, who created this so perfectly. And it's not just our world, but it's everything. So it's the seven skies, it's the whole galaxy and everything. So He's the creator of the worlds. The next ayah is Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi, same as what we saw with Bismillah. So we have Bismillahi, Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi. Here also it is Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi. Why? This is a new sentence. Typically, I would say Ar-Rahmanu. I would say At-Talibu fil Madrasati. The student is in the school or in the madrasa. Now, why here do we have Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahim? Why is it Kasra and not Dhamma? Why is it not Pesh? Why is it Kasra? With the case of Bismillahi, Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi, we said these are adjectives. These are adjectives to be Ismi Allahi. So Allahi has Kasra. So this has to be Kasra. It made sense because they are coming together and it was adjective. Why here Is it kasra? It doesn't make sense. It's a new sentence. It should be dhamma typically. Why is it kasra?
This is not the continuation of the first one, Sahib. Allahi, Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahim.
Correct. These are adjectives to Allah in the first ayah. Now, question to you guys is, why is it adjective to Rabb, okay, or to Allah? Rabb is adjective of Allah. Rabbi, Allahi, Rabbi. This is an adjective. We also have Alameen. I could say Hamd belongs to Allah, Lord of the worlds, and the worlds are the most merciful. The worlds are the most continuously merciful. This could be adjective to worlds. Why is it not an adjective to worlds? This is an adjective, right? It has kasra. Why is it adjective to Allah? And why is it not adjective to worlds? Why can I not say?
Similar pattern, Sahib. Lillahi, Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi.
Correct, similar pattern, because adjective has to follow the same pattern as the noun.
Sahib, this is the adjective for Lillahi or Rabbi, Sahib.
It's the same neither. So
Both, no?
Rabbi, I could say the beautiful new car, the new beautiful car, it doesn't matter. So adjectives, they all come back to car.
Okay, okay.
So it's an adjective. So Lillahi, Rabbi, Rabbi goes back to Allah. This also will go back to Allah. Allah is the, I could say, new beautiful car or beautiful new blue car. In the end, it all comes down to car. Similarly, over here, all of these adjectives come back to Allah. Why it will not match with Alameen? Alameen is also of the same pattern, is also of the kasra pattern, because it's after of. For there's no kasra for plural, we would only have ina. So Kitabu Muslimina would be kitab of the Muslims. It is the kasra form, but this is plural. Here it is singular. Ar-Rahmani is singular. So it cannot be adjective to Alameen because this is plural, that is singular. It has to be al-al. It has to be masculine, and it has to be singular, plural, plural. Here it is plural, singular. It cannot be an adjective of al-Alamin. It has to be adjective to Allah. So that's why Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi cannot match with any other word. It cannot match with Alamin. It cannot match with Alhamdu. It has to match with Allah. So Allah is the Rabb of the worlds. He is Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. And this will not match with Alamin. Okay, what questions do you guys have? So if you don't have questions, I have questions for you. So that's what I typically do when you don't have questions. So let's go to Kahoot. I'll give you the game pin. Let me see where we are on time. We have 10 minutes. That's good enough for the quiz. Okay, so instructions, go to kahoot.it, use game pen 43, 48, 51, 8. It's an easy quiz today. Tomorrow I'll try to make it a little tough for you guys. So today's quiz, go to kahoot.it, game pen 43, 48, 51, 8. Let me post it on WhatsApp. So you go to kahoot.it. Sadia and Adnan are tired preparing for school exams. So they've not joined yet. Rahmat has been away for quite some time. Hazik is eager. So Hazik is like, okay, I know Suratul Fatiha. I'm going to ace the quiz. Shazia has also joined. Okay, Rahmat has joined. Rahmat wants to give it a shot. Rahil auntie has joined.
Sakib bhaiya,
Yes, Hazik.
Hifza's class has got over, so she will join now.
Okay, so let's see how much Hifza knows. Let's test Hifza also in our Suratul Fatiha quiz. Okay, so Zahan has a new fancy name this time. It's different from last time. And it looks like he's become Zahan. Okay, so he's following the Adnan pattern. I do not see Sadia Adnan, probably connection issue. I don't think we have Fuzail Afifa. Are we missing anyone, guys? We seem to have everyone except Sadia and Adnan. Okay, I see Sadia, Adnan are on one phone. So they're doing partnership and working together. Let's see if it resolves that connection issue. Okay, quickly, guys. Sadia, Adnan, if you want me to wait, you've got to tell me quickly. Otherwise, we will start the quiz, inshallah. Let us start. First question. Alhamdulillahi dash al-alamin. Alhamdulillahi dash al-alamin. Blue is Rabbu. Red is Rabbi. Green is Rabba. Orange is Rabban. Alhamdulillahi dash al-alamin. What's the word that comes here? Think of the grammar rule. Do you need adjective? Do you need of? What's the word that's going to come here? Alhamdulillahi dash al-alamin. Blue is Rabbu. Red is Rabbi. Green Rabba. Orange Rabban. Is Rabbi al-alamin? Rabbi is adjective to Allahi, and it is the word before of. So we have lot of the words. So it's not going to be Ar-Rabbi, it's going to be Rabbi. We remove the al so that we follow the of rule. So that's why it's Alhamdulillahi Rabbi al-Alamin. Okay, almost everyone got it correct. 1% got it wrong. Let's go second question. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. What's the next sentence? Easy question. Blue, Ar-Rahmanin, Ar-Rahimin. Red, Ar-Rahmanu, Ar-Rahimu. Green, Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi. Orange, Ar-Rahmana, Ar-Rahima. What's the second ayah in Surah Al-Fatiha? And what's the rule being used? Ar-Rahmanin, Ar-Rahimin, blue. Red, Ar-Rahmanu, Ar-Rahimu. Red. Green, Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi. Green. Orange, Ar-Rahmana, Ar-Rahima. We're waiting for one answer. Time is running out. 5 seconds to go. Okay, now this answer is all over the place. I thought this was easy question, guys. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. This is what we say. So it's Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi. It is green. And why is it Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi? Who can explain? What rule is it following and what kind of word is it?
Adjective, Sahib.
Adjective to?
Allahi.
Allahi. So Allahi.
Lillahi.
Lillahi. Li Allahi. Allahi is definite and it has kasra. So what will happen to Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi? It is also going to have al. So it's going to be Ar-Rahmani. It's not Rahmani, it is Ar-Rahmani. It is going to have al. And it is going to have kasra. Why? Because it is adjective to Allahi. Allahi Rabbi. This is also an adjective to Allahi. So it's also going to have al. It's also going to have kasra. Same with Ar-Rahmani. Same with Ar-Rahim. That's why you will have Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Both of them have kasra. Now next question would be out of syllabus. It would be from the next time. So let me cover this quickly. So stay tuned for the next lesson. We have Maliki Yaumi Ad-Dini. Okay, Maliki Yaumi Ad-Dini. Again, I have Maliki. I had Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi, and I have Maliki. So what kind of word is Maliki? Why is not Maliku?
Adjective.
It's also
It
adjective.
follows the adjective pattern.
But it should be Al-Maliki. Like I have Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi. I should have Al-Maliki. Why is it only Maliki?
Because it is Yaumi.
Very good. So it is the word before of. I will drop the Al. Otherwise, by all cases, it should be like Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi. It should be Al-Maliki. I have Yaumi. I have the off rule being applied. So I have master of the day. Yaum is day. Adrusu al-Lughat al-Arabiyya. Adrusu al-Lughat al-Arabiyyata. I am studying the Arabic language. Al-Yawma is today. Yaum is day. Al-Yawm is today. Okay. So that is Yaum. Maliki, Yaumi, Ad-Dini. This is the word before of. Malik means master. Yaum is day. Ayam is plural day, it's days. But Maliki, Yaumi, this is the day before of, so I'll drop the al. So I have Yaumi. Why is it not Al Yaumi? Why is it Maliki, Yaumi, Ad-Dini?
Again,
Or Al Yaumi?
off pattern. Again, off pattern. Sir.
Again off. There are two offs. So Maliki, Yaumi, Ad-Dini.
But Yaumu can come, no, Sahib. Why Yaumi it became?
Because this is, so Maliki, Yaumi, Ad-Dini. After off, you need to have kasra. Master of the day is after off, after the first off. So it has to have kasra. Like I'll have Kitabu Hamidin. Kitab of Hamid. So it has to be Kitabu Hamidin. It cannot be Hamidun.
Yes.
Or I would have Kitabu At-Talibi. So it has to have kasra after off. It comes after the first off, so it's going to have kasra. It's coming before the second off, so I'm going to drop the al again. So like I dropped the al of Maliki, I will drop the al of al Yawmi. So it will be Maliki Yawmiddin. The ad-din is the end of the ayah. There's not another al. There's not another off. So I'm going to have the al. I'm not going to make it dini because there's no off after. There's no reason to make it dini. So I leave it as ad-dini. So I have Maliki Yawmiddin, master of the day of judgment. Okay. The judgment day is a day when the good and bad deeds will be weighed. Like we have quiz. We have people saying that, look, quiz, Kahoot is not working fine. I should actually have been second. But the day of judgment is the most superior quiz. It's the quiz that matters the most. Okay. So thing to go back and think is, how much are you prepared? Like be prepared for quiz. The moment I tell you there's a quiz, everyone's going to pop up their ears. Everyone's going to go on Kahoot and everyone's going to prepare. But this is the ultimate quiz. This is the quiz that actually matters. This is the quiz for the akhirah. This is the quiz that matters. The eternity that will happen after al-yawm al-qiyam or al-yawm al-din. Okay. So let's prepare for the day of judgment. And with that, let's go to the quiz. Okay. Third question of the quiz and last question of the quiz. Question 3. Dash al-yawmi ad-dini. Dash al-yawmi ad-dini. Blue Maliki. Red Maliku. Green Malika. Orange Malikin. What's the word that comes as the first word in the third ayah? Blue Maliki. Red Maliku. Green Malika. Orange Malikin. Okay, easy. So everyone now paid attention to Surah Al-Fatiha and what are the exact words. So you paid attention to where you have Fatha, Dhamma, Kasra. Same way, prepare for Yawmiddin. Okay. So someone tells you that, look, we have to pray 5 salah a day. Let's go ahead and pray 5 salah a day. It's good to pray the Quran. Let's prepare for the ultimate quiz. Okay. With that, let's see who won today's quiz. Easy quiz. Easy questions. Tomorrow's quiz. Let me try to make it a little difficult. I don't like easy quizzes. So let's see top 3 places, correct answers in fast test. Nahid Aunty is third. Typically, Nahid Aunty likes tough questions. So she likes to get correct answers. Zahan second, very good. I think Zahan is happy that he's landed on the podium. First place is Rahil Aunty. Rahil Aunty takes word to word classes, so she knows what each word means and which comes where. Hazik is fourth, I think Rahmat is fifth. But good work, guys. Hopefully, with this, you have understood the grammar of Surah Al-Fatiha. So everyone recites the Surah Al-Fatiha, everyone prays Salah, but hope with this you've gotten little insights on why is it Maliki, why is it not Maliku, why is it not Rabbu, but it is Rabbi. Alhamdulillahi Rabbi al-Alamin. And the same grammar rules that we have learned, that we have seen, are actually being used here to convey the greater meaning, to convey the meaning that is to be conveyed. So that's today's class. What I'll do is I'll send you another 1 or 2 videos, and the videos are short. Okay, so the videos that I've sent you of the animation, and let me just show it on the screen quickly.
Bhaiya, Sakhi Bhaiya.
Yes.
Bhaiya, we had actually come fifth, Sidra and Nimra.
Yes, Nimra Sidra. What's your question?
Bhaiya, for the quiz we had come fifth, not Rahmat.
Oh, okay, you are fifth. Very good. So you beat Rahmat. Rahmat used to be first 3 earlier, but now you are in the first 3. Okay, so these videos that I'm sending, guys, are the same. Okay, so if you have taken this quiz, you would have gotten a brief of today's lesson already, and this is a nice series. What I suggest you do is before tomorrow's class, I'll send you another couple of videos. In fact, you could go here and look at it yourself. For the rest of Surah Al-Fatiha, and maybe we would do, say, another small part. I'll send you a couple of videos, and it's not long. Okay, so it's just 3.5 minutes. Second video, 3.5 minutes. You take 5-10 minutes to see the new words. You'll help remember it better after the class, inshallah. So this is what I'll do. Brilliant animations. Okay. I think hats off to these people who've made it. I'll send you 1 or maybe 2 videos. Should not take you more than 7 to 10 minutes. So try to take 10 minutes before tomorrow's class. Try to go through this. So it becomes easy for you to capture the new words, their meanings, and also the grammar, inshallah. So congrats to the winners of today's quiz. We have Rahil Aunty first, Zahan second, Nahid Aunty third, Hazik, Nimra and Sidra fourth, fifth. Well done. With that, I'll close the class. Anyone who has questions, you can stay back. I'll answer questions 5 minutes after the class, inshallah. With that, I'll close. Subhanallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Ma salama. See you all tomorrow. And anyone who has questions, I'm staying back.
Walaikum assalam.